So today I want to do kind of like, this is technically like a get ready with me, but not really. Like my motive and my mission here is to basically make a look that is really nice and simple and natural and easy and get out the door is essentially it. So I think what I'm going to do first is prep your skin before you put on your makeup, because it'll make things a little bit nicer and easier. So like if that's putting on a lotion or cleaning your face, all that stuff, do that beforehand. And then the next thing we can do is, this is really optional, you can either do a primer or don't do a primer. It's not that serious. I really don't even wear primers that much, but if I do, I use the Wet n Wild Dewy primer because I want my skin to maybe look a little more dewy that day, and I can add this to give that glow. But if you don't want that, if you don't want the dewy look, if you don't want an extra step, you don't have to do it. And honestly, while this is just kind of drying and setting itself, go ahead and just do your brows. That's what I do. So I'm going in with my pomade, and it's in the shade Soft Brown, in case you were wondering. And basically we're just going to fill in the brows, nothing too crazy. Okay, and the next thing is you can go in with some concealer. So just find whatever kind of concealer you like and use that. I'm just using this Makeup Revolution one in the shade C3, in case you were wondering. And I like to use this because, as you can tell, I have really veiny eyes. So this kind of helps like get rid of it, you know what I mean? Without looking too much. And I don't really set this because it kind of sets itself, which is nice because I have dry skin and I really hate putting powder on my eyes because I feel like it makes me look even drier, which is not really the best thing, you know. Personally, this is something I like to do. You really don't have to do it, but I like to make this look a little cleaner up at the front just because I feel like it just gives it not necessarily like a more natural look, but just like, I don't know, I feel like it looks fresher. And then like I kind of pat it into the area that's close to my brow, just because I don't pluck my brows, so you know, I kind of have some scraggles hanging out, but I'm not going to pluck them. So instead of making it look really cakey and stuff, I feel like this looks better where you focus more of the product here and then just kind of tap whatever you have left out here, and it makes it look like nicer. Don't worry, I'm fixing that brow, don't worry about it. That was like a freaking right angle, but we're gonna change that. And sometimes actually it helps me like figure out how far I need to like make my eyebrow, like how thick or whatever. I don't know if it'll help you, but like that's what I kind of do. This kind of almost is a guideline for me in a way. So like if I need to tweak them or fix them, it's nothing impossible. And then actually I'm going to go in with this palette right here, the Tartelette palette. This is an old palette, you guys. I've had this is my first big girl purchase, to be honest, in makeup. And I'm going to use that because it's all mattes. So I'm going to go in with this shade called Super Mom. It's basically a bone white shade, not stark white, but a bone white. And you can go ahead and just put this up on your brow. I like to do that if I am going to highlight my brow, which I don't very often. But if I do, I like to use a bone shade because it's not too stark. And if you do it first, I feel like later when you go to blend stuff out, instead of adding that highlight on your brow bone at the very end, I feel like it kind of can like ruin the look, you know? There's something on this brush because this is brown. Way to go, Vivian. Okay, let's try that again. Now the next shade I'm going to go in is Wanderer, which is right beside it. It's a really it's a transition brown. Honestly, pick whatever transition brown you want to use. I'm going to go in with this, and using this Wet n Wild blending brush, I'm just going to start putting this in my crease. And then I'm going to go in with Force of Nature because I feel like that's just going to look a little warmer. I personally like a little bit more warmth in my eyeshadow. Okay, So now what we're going to do is we're going to take a smaller blending brush, like this one right here. This is another Wet n Wild. It's just compared to this one way less fluffy. See the difference? And basically go in with Dreamer right here, this brown. And I'm going to put this on the outer portion of my eye just so we can give ourselves a little dimension. Okay, I like a little more warmth. This is a little too cool tone for me. So I'm going to go in with this Wet n Wild Not a Basic Peach palette. And going in with that transition shade, it's a lot warmer. So I'm going to kind of put that over here real quick. See if we can warm it up a little. So now we got a nice little smoke going on. So just to brighten it up, just a tad, you can go in also with that shade right here in the palette and take it on your finger and pat it onto the inner half of your eye. So instead of doing like a cut crease, you can keep it really nice and easy. Like so. Or, like me personally, I like to go in with a little bit of a whiter shade. So I'm going to go back in with the Tartelette palette. Back in with Super Mom on my finger. See, there we go. And use this to help kind of brighten up my eye. And then you can take that brush, and I'm not going to put any product on it, but I'm just going to use it to help blend the outer portion to this. And I'm actually going to go in with that transition shade in the Wet n Wild palette. And basically at this point you can just keep going back and forth until you get it to the way you like it. Because really, you don't have to do it exactly like me. You can do it to the exact way you like. That's the whole point, is do it to how you like it. So, going back in, just going to blend that in a circle. Now that we've gotten that done, now you can go ahead and just do the bottom of your eyes. So I'm just going to go in with this Maybelline concealer in Light 10. And the reason why I'm going in with this, it's actually kind of dark, as you can tell. But I do this because it helps get rid of the dark circles I happen to have. Can't get rid of them. So going in with just a little sponge, make sure it's wet. I'm going in to cancel out my darkness. And then after that, I'm going in with some of the Revolution concealer that's in C3, just to help brighten it a little bit. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a translucent powder and gently set my eyes, just because I don't like a whole lot of setting under my eye. And the only reason why I'm like setting my under eye is because I'm not going to put really any foundation near my eye. I try to keep my foundation away from it. So that's why I feel comfortable just going ahead and setting this. But if you like to bring your foundation all the way up here and under your eyes, don't set it, because powder and wet foundation are not going to mix well. That Wanderer shade and Force of Nature, and bring it out under here. Focus it more on the outer part of your eye so you don't look so sleepy. And then taking a little bit of Super Mom, I'm going to put that in the inner corners. So now I'm going to go in and do my face. And then going in with this translucent powder, I'm going to set my face. LA Colors contour powder in the shade Tan. And going to obviously contour my face. This blush from LA Colors in the shade Toast right here. I got this at the dollar store and I really like this blush. Oh my goodness! What? Now for highlight, you can do whatever you want. If you want to go really, really blinding, go ahead. If you don't, then don't. But I'm going to go in with Wet n Wild Golden Flower Crown highlighter. I think there's one that's like lighter than this. This is, I think it's like Precious Petals, but every time I look for it, I cannot find it. So I'm going to be really light with this one because I think it is a little too dark for me right now. But I'm just going to lightly wash this on my cheeks, and then I'm going to probably put another one on top just so it looks a little less dark on me. I'm going to go in with the Revolution Blushing Hearts highlighter in Goddess of Faith. I got this at Marshall's a while back, but I'll just put this on top. So I guess we are going for a blinding highlight today. Taking my pinky, I'm just going to put it right here in the inner corner. And I like to do this because especially, like, I feel like it just makes you look a little brighter and wider awake. And another way to kind of make your eyes look a little more bigger and open, I like to take some white liner and put this in my waterline. See, just like that. And if you want to also get one that's like nude, so like that matches kind of your, basically your skin color. And you can do that too, and that's a more subtle way of brightening your eyes. But if you don't mind doing the white, then do the white. I like to do this on days where I just feel so sluggish and I feel like, I don't know, I just feel like it shows, you know. I'm using the Maybelline Brow Volumizer, Brow Precise Fiber Volumizer in Soft Brown. Okay, so after all that, then you can just put on whatever kind of lip you want. So if you want a lipstick, lip gloss, liquid lipstick, lip stain, whatever you want, just totally, it's up to you. I'm actually going to try this Wet n Wild Aquarius lip gloss. Not bad. Okay, I'm not mad at it. Alright, so you guys said this is the look, so this is what I came up with. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope this was helpful for you. And thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!